Time orderly. Sound 2 bells. Chief Petty Officer, arriving. Color guard, parade the colors.
Colors, attention, carry, colors, over, march. Column left, march. Mark time. March. Ready. Out. Present. Colors.
Evelyn Buenaventura will now perform the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Colors.
Color guard, retire the colors.
Right. Thanks. Over. Arch. Column left. Arch.
It is an honor to introduce today's officiating officer, Lieutenant Dale R. Wilson, Jr., United States Navy.
Good morning, distinguished guests, colleagues, family, and friends. As Chief Buenaventura's department head and officiating officer, it is a privilege to stand before you on this momentous day. A day that celebrates the fascinating career of Chief Hospital Corpsman Romeo Buenaventura. For those that have not had the opportunity to review his biography, I'd like to highlight some meaningful components. At the age 11, he immigrated to the United States from the Philippines. This fact alone allows some of us in the room or in the know to appreciate his guaranteed success in the Navy. In August of 1999, he enlisted in the Navy. I guess they made him an offer that he just couldn't refuse. After a series of training programs, including extensive on-the-job training, his skills and abilities grew exponentially. And in no time at all, he found himself attached with a fleet surgical team that deployed multiple times aboard the USS Boxer. For those of you that do not know, the USS Boxer is named after a British ship that was captured during the War of 1812. This captured ship was repurposed as a merchant ship, and its armament was sold for a significant profit. Akin to the USS Boxer, Chief Buenaventura went through multiple repurposing events in his career. He deployed to Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, asserting himself as a lead petty officer at NATO Role 3. A short time after that, he PCS'd to Naval Hospital, Okinawa, where he was selected as the Senior Sailor of the Year for fiscal year 2016. To no surprise, he became a made man in 2017 with his promotion to Chief Petty Officer. The following year, he reported to 3rd Med Battalion, where he served multiple roles, including the senior enlisted leader for multiple military exercises, enhancing interoperability with foreign allied nations. After many years in this Pacific area, the gig was up and he was told it was time to come back stateside. Now, for having been raised during his teenage years in Arizona, I'm not quite sure how he ended up at the doorstep of NUMMI in Groton, Connecticut. Not to mention this was during a December month when temperatures were cold and snow was falling. While I have no proof of this, it's easy to assume that he used his clothing allowance on cold weather outfits instead of the typical tab at the Chiefs Club. One of my first interactions with him was during a competitive game of Ultimate Frisbee. For those of you that know me, I'm very competitive. But I have to admit, he is a much better Frisbee player than I am. However, I can easily say that my hamstrings are way stronger and superior than his. They weren't suited for the cold weather, and he sustained an injury. I'll chalk it up as to what's left of my youthfulness, but even after his injury, and unlike the rest of the Chiefs, you were always still willing to play. You were up for another game. Your time here at NUMMI was abbreviated due to what I'm telling myself is your life plans. In fact, it's even shorter than the rest of my staff who leave me early to go back to submarines. I'm not sure what that says about me, but I promise I shower and brush my teeth every day. As an instructor, Chief Buenaventura was responsible for teaching the laboratory and the heme and lymph topics. He had 0 turnover with his previous instructor. And I certainly wasn't of much help, as I was getting pulled different ways as our program was going through significant reviews. And it occupied a lot of my time. I left him to his own devices. To my surprise at that time, but to no surprise of anyone that has known Chief Buenaventura, he hit the ground running, and he took a sense of ownership. When he came in to teach, he had these elaborate tri-fold poster displays. It had really intricate details on it. It enhanced the students' learning. I'm pretty sure he subcontracted the creation of these to one of his kids. If so, thank you. Regardless of who did make them, our students benefited greatly. Not a single student failed any of his tests during his tenure here. He truly is a special breed, someone that is easily appreciated for his initiative, his passion, his wisdom, his wherewithal, his tact, his timeliness, his attention to detail, and many other descriptive terms of endearment. Most noteworthy, however, is his ability to communicate effectively with a calm, yet clear, appreciated tone. Silently, he was reliable and dependable, making him a true confidant. Where I failed Chief Buenaventura is not leveraging his abilities more. Trust me when I say he possesses skills far beyond his specialty. The civilian sector is gaining a valuable asset. The Navy has been blessed by his presence and his dedication to the mission. To his wife, Stacy, and his children, on behalf of the Navy, I want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing us to experience your husband and your father. I'm truly a better person for knowing you. To Chief Buenaventura, you will be greatly missed, especially since you're the only one that I can reliably count on to play basketball with. You deserve all the successes that come your way. Congratulations on a stellar career, and good luck in all that you will do.
Thank you, Lieutenant Wilson. It is my pleasure to introduce today's guest speaker, Chief Petty Officer, retired, Tommy Sok.
All right, good morning, everyone. I know LT talked about the professional Rome, but I'm here to tell you about the real Rome. All right. The time has come. You know, Rome is wrapping up 23 years of naval service. A true bully. He asked me to be his guest speaker. All right. I hate public speaking, so jokes on him. I'm gonna make it really quick, and then I'm gonna move on. All right. 23 years of dedicated service, man. Like LT said, he's been in clinics, hospitals, FST 5, NATO Roll 3, Okinawa, Med Battalion, finishing up his tour here at NUMI. 23 years later, one wife. All right. We said it. 5 kids, 4 grandkids now, and you know, I'm happy for you, man. Congrats on your new granddaughter. We're here to celebrate Rome, all right? And we're going to talk about him, see what's made him successful. So let's talk about Rome, the husband, right? He's committed, provider. And I told him the other day, I was going to ask Stacy to describe Rome in like a few words. I decided not to try and keep it positive, all right? He's always been there, man. He's the first person who told me, taught me how to be a husband, all right? He told me, you know, happy wife, happy life. So I've always made sure that I try to please my wife. And if you're watching, baby, I miss you. And hello to my son Kai out there, all right? Rome is a father. You know, Junior and Shady can't be here today. Devin, Evelyn, Kika. Rome is definitely a girl dad, man, all right? Devin, good luck in the Army. If you don't know, Devin's joining the Army soon. All right, Evelyn, good luck in Arizona State, all right? And Kika, I can't wait to see you in Texas, all right? Rome is a friend. He's all right, you know, average. I've known Rome for a little over 18 years, man. They say that friendship is not about how long you know someone, but it's about how much you know them. For me and him, it's about both. I first met Rome in Balboa. When I first met him, I thought he was a lab student. You know, so I was trying to pick on him a little bit, all right? My failed attempt at bullying like sparked a lifelong friendship, man. For those who know me, like in times, I like to get loud, upset. Rome is always there to comfort me, and he's always forgiven me for every little dumb stuff that I've done. And I thank you for that, bro. Rome looked the same since I've known him. I guess it's easy when you only work half days for 23 years, huh? Let's talk about Rome as a Cardinal fan. Or a Suns fan, right? He's just hopeful and delusional. How many Super Bowls they won? 0. How many NBA titles they won? 0. There you go. Come on over, bro. Come on over, man. Let's talk about Rome, the Korean drama fan. All right? Nah, I promise I was gonna be nice today, so we won't talk about that. All right? We'll leave that one alone. Rome the shopper. If you guys know Rome, you know, we call him Mr. Frugal, all right? If there's a sale within the 100-mile radius, you know, Rome will sniff it out, all right? But with that many miles to feed, I get it, man, all right? I'll end it with talk about Rome as a sailor, the chief, but everything we talked about him as a father, a friend, that's what makes you all the person you are, man. You're committed, your ability to build relationships, your compassion, you're trustworthy. You're gonna leave a legacy behind, man. The Navy is gonna absolutely miss you, all right? The only thing they won't miss is probably like the money they're gonna save on TADs, man, every other month, all right? I'm very happy for you. You get to spend more time at home. Stacy, if you, makes you mad, just send them my way, okay? 23 years, bro. Congrats on your retirement, all right? I'll see you in Texas. Love you, man.
Good morning, Lieutenant Wilson, Master Chief Patrick, distinguished guests, brothers and sisters in the CPO mess, family and friends. It's an honor to stand before you here today. Again, thank you, Lieutenant Wilson, for those kind words. You are an exceptional officer, and almost too good. You made me, sound too well as well. So to my guest speaker, Chief Retired Tommy Sok, again, please give our sincere thanks to your wife, Gisela, giving you a special request to come out here today. I know you still need those every now and then. And congratulations to you as well for having that kite in just 3 weeks ago. And we really look forward to raising him with you in Texas, okay? Thank you for being an amazing uncle to my kids throughout the years, and I hope to return the favor once we get settled. I'm here for him. I just want you to know that, and I'm here to make him cereal. Okay? Thank you to our Master of Ceremonies, Chief Mike Garcia, who I also call my Okinawa family right here. I know we haven't spent much time together since we moved out here to Groton, this lovely town of Groton. But I can't wait for the day you finally call it quits as well and be with your wife.
Right behind you.
Yep, Kaori and your amazing children. All right. Again, thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
I want to give a special mention to our daughter Evelyn, who what was mentioned, sang a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. So please, if you can we give her a hand, please? I had to convince her for the past 2 weeks just to sing the national anthem. And I told her everything else will not matter unless you sing. So thank you again. To the Navy Groton Clinic Color Guard, most notably HM3 Patterson, thank you for supporting this ceremony, and also thank you for supporting our school with teaching the sub-IDC students. You're the future of our Navy, and I hope to see your future success. And I invite you and your team to, stand by. We have a lot of food. We also have drinks, but non-alcoholic drinks for you guys, okay? You're still in duty. To my retirement sponsors, the 3 Musketeers, Drew, HMC Holman, Lagua, John, and Herman. I can't thank you enough for all the things that you have done, from all the planning, after hours, on the weekends, for the food, for the amazing shadow box that I just received. But yeah, special thanks to your wives as well, Pinky, you, Jarell. Thank you for the the food that you made for today. I was not expecting a retirement ceremony as perfect as this. Matter of fact, I did not expect a ceremony at all. At first, I just want to say my farewell without all of this chaos. But you 3 constantly harassed me and kept telling me, bro, this is not about you. This is for your family and your children, and for the sailors that you have led. So I thank you for convincing me to change my mind about this ceremony and making it happen. I know it wasn't easy, especially dealing with me, who keeps changing things up. So again, thank you. I'm not sure if Miss Jenny is here today as well. She made those wonderful programs that's on your tables. If she can hear me, I owe her some almond cookies. To the rest of the Numi CPO mess, JP, Rob, who is my sponsor coming out here, thank you for taking care of me and my family. Jeremy, James, Jason, Rick, Ricky, Bob, Chris, and then you guys, Tony, Aaron, and Ralph. Thank you for coming out here. I appreciate each and every one of you for the support that you have given me and my family as we transition out of the Navy. To be honest with you, our family and I was truly disappointed when we left the beautiful island of Okinawa and exchanged it for the harsh winter of Groton, Connecticut, like LT mentioned. Also, being in the Navy for almost 23 years, this is the very first time that we've been stationed in the submarine community. And I just want to say that you submariners are a different breed. I'm not going to echo what Chief Ramsey said about the submariners IDC during Bob's going away, only because my children are here. All right. But I concur with Herman, wherever you are. I'm kidding. You know, I got nothing but love for all of you. All joking aside, thank you again for your support for the past 18 months. Like any chief that I've been a part of, we go through our struggles and tribulations. But those struggles are what unifies us and makes us even a stronger mess. My last parting wisdom to this mess is simple. Make your bed. Have you heard that speech? Make your bed? That's not really it. If you're having a bad day, unlock your vessels, open up those charge books, and read those pearls of wisdom that you received going through your initiation process. I promise you, all your worries will be resolved. It worked magic for me for all these years. As I look at the audience today, I feel extremely blessed that I have met some wonderful people. I would not be standing here in front of you today if it was not the many people that contributed, either in a large or small way. It would take days to run through all the names and thank all those who led and developed me, and those who I was responsible for. But I would like to recognize 3 leaders who are not here today who made an impact on my career. But maybe they're out there watching in the Facebook world. Let me recognize Quentin Newsom, currently the Command Master Chief of USS Eisenhower, and Agil Ozowski, currently the Command Master Chief of 3rd Dental Battalion, who was my CMC and SEL respectively back at Naval Hospital Okinawa. Thank you for trusting me and empowering me to lead and mentor our sailors. During our time in Okinawa, that was the most rewarding duty station I was ever a part of, both personally and professionally. You both welcomed me into the Naval Hospital CPO mess with open arms. This is where I was initiated and eventually accepted. Although I was the very last select to be accepted into the mess throughout the entire island, I truly believe you had pre-gamed this going into the final night. And we're saving the best for last. Thank you. Another person, Senior Chief Robert Pakaliwagan, Pac-Man, currently living the life in Italy. He was also one of my clubbing buddies, along with Mr. Pinoy Panagitan right there in the stands, and the rest of the Fallbird crew. We would practice sea walking before we hit the streets of San Diego, downtown San Diego, even the clubs of PB. Right, Pinoy? Right. But Pac-Man also became my LCPO, and I was stationed at Balboa. He was the first ever chief to challenge me to greater limits, which sparked my motivation to become a chief petty officer. But most of all, I'm most grateful to him because if it weren't for him, I would not have met Angelina Jolie's twin sister, my wife Stacy. Thank you for introducing me to the love of my life. To my many friends who became family, 3 of which are in the audience today: Mark, Tommy, Pinoy. Most of the memorable events during my time in the Navy always included you 3. From family gatherings, Jersey nights, poker nights, conquering Mount Fuji together, and even our Las Vegas escapades. I hope to make more memories with you all, and I'm truly grateful that you flew out here today, all the way from California, Detroit, and Texas. To my father, Romeo, who's happily retired in the Philippines, and my siblings, Alvin, Alan, Anna, Apple, and Christine. I know that you all wanted to be here and celebrate this day with me, but I just want to say thank you for all your support throughout the years and making sure my family are okay when I was deployed. My oldest brother actually surprised me last minute and flew out here He was in a business trip in Washington and asked his boss to come out here. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for coming out here. Love you, bro. Both my brothers, Alvin and Alan, were served in the Army, and they were the ones who first inspired me to join the service. But I was the smarter one who joined the Navy. While this is the end of my military career, it's just the beginning of the next chapter of my life with my family. 24 hours ago, our daughter Shady just gave birth to her third child, Senna, our fourth grandchild. In 5 weeks, our son Devin will be shipping off to the U.S. Army, following my brother's path. Devin, you're gonna look good in that uniform. But your mom and I are very proud of you, no matter what. Is your recruiter here today? No. I thank him for giving my son a second chance and getting him out the door. This summer, Stacy, Evelyn, Jessica, and our dog Hero will start making our way back to Texas and eventually to Phoenix, Arizona, where I first started my journey in the Navy, where we will drop Evelyn off to her college at Arizona State University to begin her studies on becoming a nurse. We'll then make our way back to Texas, where Stacy will continue to practice her pharmacy technician skills, while I get settled with my dream job, working for the Department of Transportation. And by that I mean, I'm gonna be my daughter, Jessica, the youngest daughter, I'll be her full-time driver. After all, it's the least I could do, so she can finally forgive me for missing her birth because of deployment. I can tell you right now, that was the worst feeling of my life as a father. To this day, she still reminds me that I wasn't around when she came into this world. And she keeps thinking that her dad is Mark.
And Brett.
Love you, Jessica. 21 years ago, Stacy and I had no idea of the journey that we were about to endure, only that we wanted to do it together. There's no one else I would rather have by my side, and I'm looking forward to having you by my side for the rest of our lives. I love you now more than ever, and I just hope that you don't get tired of me being around more. You told me not to embarrass you, so I'm not gonna say anymore. Before I depart, I just want to say one last shout out to all the civilians and the military personnel who I've met, served with, and made a career such a wonderful journey. This is not in particular order, of course. NUMI staff, the Naval Hospital Okinawa DCSS crew, HM2 James Willis is out here representing that crew right there. The CPO mess over there, 3rd Medical Battalion, CPO mess, the Marines and sailors, especially to my S1 crew, PS1 Brooks, thank you for coming out here again. USS Boxer, FST-5, NATO Roll 3, the NMC SD Laboratory, all the aunties over there, always bringing food, all the potlucks, Barstow Clinic, my Okinawa Masonic Lodge 118 family, Okinawa Turtles, and of course my basketball crew, Okie Docs. And the last thing I'll say is always remember to take care of yourself, personally and professionally, to set yourself up after the Navy. But more importantly, physically and mentally. It's okay to ask for help. Again, thank you to all the NUMI staff for being supportive this last 18 months, for allowing me to make all my medical appointments and making sure I transition out properly. To everyone I've had the honor of serving with, I hope I serve you well as your chief. I wish everyone the best. Thank you, and let's enjoy the rest of the ceremony. We have foods, drinks, but please have a plan, drink responsibly, and don't forget to tip our bartender. Thank you. Chief B out.
I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I stand guard majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I'm confident. I'm arrogant. I'm proud. When I'm flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher, my colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am loved, and I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, Guam, Okinawa, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, in the Persian Gulf, and a score of other places long forgotten by all but those who were there with me. I was there. I led my soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. I followed them and watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired. But my Marines and sailors cheered me, and I was proud. I've been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that I have helped set free. It does not hurt, for I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And when it is by those I have served in battle with, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. I have been silent witness to all America's finest hours. But my finest hour comes when I'm torn into strips to be used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. When I fly at half-mast to honor my soldiers, airmen, sailors, Marines, and when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the graveside of her fallen son or daughter. I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, long may I wave.
Thank you, Master Chief. Chief Andrew Holman and HM2 James Willis will now read the watch.
23 years, this sailor stood the watch. While some of us were in our bunks at night, this shipmate stood the watch. While some of us were in school, learning our trade, this hospital foreman stood the watch. Yes. Even while some of us weren't born into this world, this laboratory technician stood the watch. In those years, when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing on the horizon of history, this chief petty officer stood the watch. Many times, he would cast an eye ashore and see his family standing there, needing his help and guidance, needing that hand to hold during those hard times. But he still stood the watch. He stood the watch for 23 years so that we, our families, and fellow countrymen could sleep soundly in safety each and every night, knowing that a sailor stood the watch.
Today, we're here to say, shipmate, the watch stands relieved. Relieved by those you've led, guided, and trained. Chief Romeo Buenaventura, you stand relieved. We now have the watch.
Bosun, stand by to pipe the side. Shipmates going ashore.
Chief Buenaventura will now request permission to go ashore for the last time. Time orderly.
Request permission, go ashore, sir.
You have permission to go ashore.
Chief Petty Officer,